Hello. Today I'm going to talk about three expressions. Used to, be used to, get used to. Many English learners are confused about how expressions in the language, just with minor changes, can mean radically different things. Take, for example, these three sentences. I used to walk to work. I am used to walking to work. I'm getting used to walking to work. Although they focus on travelling to work on foot, they mean completely different things. I hope you'll follow this video right to the end to understand the differences. How to use used to in English. We use used to talk about a past habit, something that was a regular occurrence but has now stopped. It can also be employed to describe a past state. An example for a habit. I used to smoke 20 cigarettes a day, but I don't now. An example for a state. We used to live in a seaside apartment, but we don't now. Used to is the same for all subjects, and it is followed by the infinitive without to. So I, you, he, she, we, they used to attend the nearby college. To make the negative, use didn't used to plus a verb and remove the final D ending from used. I or she didn't used to send emails. To make the question, use did as the auxiliary and take the final D ending of used. Did you used to play tennis? Did she used to play tennis? To talk about past habits, we also use would plus infinitive without the word to. We would go ice skating every winter when we were young. We would take the metro there before we bought our car. However, when we are referring to states in the past, we do not use would. Instead, we use used to. So remember, used to is a modal verb, though it is unlike all other modal verbs in that it is only used in the past tense. Choose used to say that something existed or happened repeatedly in the past, but does not exist or happen now. Here is a quiz to see if you've understood. Use a form of used to adapt the following sentences and try to update with a comment about the change. Number 1. They play basketball every Saturday morning. Suggested answer. They used to play basketball every Saturday morning, but now they don't. Number 2. She runs a bar in the centre of the city. Suggested answer. She used to run a bar in the centre of the city, but she sold it last year. Number 3. My brother studies philosophy at the University of Oxford. Suggested answer. My brother used to study philosophy at the University of Oxford, and now he's completing his master's at Yale. Number 4. My son not hate broccoli. Suggested answer. My son didn't used to hate broccoli, Or, my son used not to hate broccoli, but now he finds it disagrees with his digestion. Number 5. My teacher speaks English in class. Suggested answer. My teacher used to speak English in class, but he has become lazy and talks to us in our native language. Number 6. I play the viola. Just the violin. Suggested answer. I used to play the viola too, but now I just play the violin. Number 7. We cycle to work. Suggested answer. We used to cycle to work, but since the volume of traffic has increased, it's far too dangerous, so we now take the bus. Number 8. My mother. Not like classical music. Suggested answer. My mother used not to, or didn't used to like classical music, but now that I've started to play the violin, she listens all the time. Number 9. Question. You smoke? Suggested answer. Did you used to smoke? Yes, I did, but now I vape. It's a bit healthier. Number 10. Question. They live on the outskirts of town? Suggested answer. Did they used to live on the outskirts of town? No, they've always lived right in the centre. Be used to plus doing. There's a big difference between used to do, to talk about past habits or states, and is used to doing, to talk about our familiarity with a place or activity. The form is subject plus verb to be plus used to plus verb in the ing form or noun. We use the phrase to be used to explain that we are accustomed to something. It seems normal or usual to us. If you are used to something, it does not come across as new or strange or even difficult. I am used to waking up at 6 a.m. every day. I was used to waking up at 6 a.m. every day. We are used to her lateness. An example with a noun. You are used to waiting in line. We were used to waiting in line. She is used to working out every morning before she has her breakfast. She was used to working out every morning before she had her breakfast. You can change the verb to be with the verb get to talk about the process of becoming used to something rather than the state of being used to something. If you work in this building, you will get used to feeling safe. Unlike your last office block, the security here is amazing. That's to say, it will no longer be a problem for you. We have finally got used to the heat, though at first working in Dubai was such a challenge. In the construction be used to, the verb be can take the present, past or future tense, though future is less common. The words used to are an adjective, not a modal verb. The phrase be used to will be followed by some kind of noun, whether gerund or otherwise. Remember, a gerund is a kind of noun that ends in ing. We sold our last car in January because of rising fuel and insurance costs. So I am used to walking or taking the bus everywhere now. Their dog no longer barks at me. She's used to me now. My aunt is severely deaf. She's not used to listening to so many people in the same room. In the last example, we can see that the negative for being used to is be not used to. Get used to. Our third example is get used to. This construction is linked in meaning to be used to. The difference is that get used to means someone is, was, or will become accustomed to something or adapt to something. The verb get in this construction can take the present, past, or future tense. We are getting used to wearing a mask when we go to the supermarket or use public transport. In other words, we are becoming accustomed to wearing our masks in these circumstances. The sentence structure is as follows: subject plus get plus used to plus gerund, noun or pronoun. The words used to in the phrase get used to are also an adjective. Listen for the verb tense of get in the following examples and take note that nouns follow get used to. I loathed this office when I first started working here, but I soon got used to it. I like the open plan setup. Our new cat will not get used to its new surroundings. I think it misses her old home. They had a large garden near the forest, and we live on the 22nd floor of our apartment building. When we want to use a construction get used to in the negative way, we say not get used to. Now try and choose the correct phrase to complete the following sentences. Number 1. My brother doesn't have any pets now, but A. He didn't used to have a dog. B. He used to have a dog. C. He was using to have a dog. The correct answer is B. My brother doesn't have any pets now, but he used to have a dog. Number 2. If you buy a car when you start working in Tokyo, A. You'll have to get used to driving on the left. B. You would have had to get used to driving on the left. C. You'll have to get used to driving on the left. The correct answer is C. If you buy a car when you start working in Tokyo, you'll have to get used to driving on the left. Number 3. Do you mind if A. I use your pen. B. I used your pen. C. I am using your pen. The correct answer is A. Do you mind if I use your pen? Number 4. When I was a teenager, I A. got used to playing the violin. B. used to play the violin. C. used to play the violin. The correct answer is B. When I was a teenager, I used to play the violin.
Thanks for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it and found it useful. Don't forget to pass it on, place a like, and turn on your notifications.